Hello, wonderful learners. Welcome back. Emma here.
And John, it's great to have you with us today.
John, I have a quick question for you. Have you ever had to do something very difficult or unpleasant because you had no other choice?
Oh, many times, Emma. Life is full of those moments, isn't it?
Exactly. And sometimes in English, we have a special phrase for that feeling. But before we get to it,
A big warm welcome to the English Speaking School podcast. We are so happy you're here to learn with us.
today we're going to explain a common and useful English idiom, bite the bullet.
That sounds a little painful, doesn't it, Emma? Bite the bullet.
It does, but don't worry, it's not really about biting anything. It means to face a difficult or unpleasant situation with courage, even if you don't want to.
So it's about accepting something tough and just doing it, like my example earlier. We use it when you must do something you really don't like.
Yes, exactly. It's about enduring pain or difficulty because it's necessary. Let's explore how we use it in everyday English. And speaking of exploring challenges, if you're someone who likes to really dig into English and understand phrases like bite the bullet, then make sure you subscribe to our podcast.
Yes, absolutely. We bring you new idioms and grammar tips every week. Understanding these phrases, like knowing bite the bullet isn't literal, is part of mastering English. You're learning to face language difficulties head on.
All right, so before we dive deeper into bite the bullet, let's equip you with our first essential tool for today. Understanding this idiom often depends on understanding why someone does something difficult, and that why is usually about necessity or obligation.
Exactly. So our first tool is simply knowing how we express when something must be done or when we have to do something. Think about phrases like, I have to wake up early for work, or you must study for the exam.
Right. These are common ways to say something isn't optional. When you bite the bullet, it's usually because you have to do something. For example, I have to finish this report by tomorrow, even if I don't want to.
And this have to or must is key. It sets the stage for the difficult action. We often use bite the bullet right after explaining that necessity. Like, the project deadline is today, so I just have to bite the bullet and work late.
Let's put this have to into a real simple sentence. Imagine you're a student. You have a big exam tomorrow, but you're really tired.
I know that feeling. So you'd say, I have to study all night for this exam, even though I'm exhausted. That have to is the key.
Exactly. That have to shows the strong obligation. You must do it. And this situation where you have to do something unpleasant, like studying when you're tired, is often where we use bite the bullet.
So the full sentence combining our tool and the idiom could be, I have to study all night for this exam, so I'll just bite the bullet and do it. Notice how have to explains why the biting the bullet is necessary.
Exactly. So our first tool, have to, tells us why we bite the bullet. Now, for our second tool, we need to understand the feeling behind it. It's about accepting that the task is unpleasant or difficult.
So it's not just that you have to do it, but also that you really don't want to? Like, I hate doing laundry, but I have to.
Precisely. Our second tool is simply acknowledging the difficulty or the fact that you'd rather not do something. Think about phrases like, I don't enjoy it, or it's a tough task, or it's going to be painful.
So we're setting the scene for why someone would need courage. If something isn't difficult or unpleasant, you don't need to bite the bullet, right?
Absolutely. The idiom only makes sense when the situation is genuinely unpleasant or difficult. For instance, going to the dentist isn't fun, but I have a toothache, so I'll just bite the bullet and go.
That's a great example. Isn't fun clearly shows the reluctance or unpleasantness, which is our second tool, before bite the bullet comes into play.
Both have to and acknowledging the difficulty are key.
All right, John, let's try a little role play. We'll show how these two tools work together with Bite the Bullet.
Okay, I'm ready. Imagine I have a big, difficult report to write by tomorrow.
Oh, a report deadline. I know you really don't enjoy spending all evening writing. It's a very boring task for you.
You're right, it's not fun at all. But I have to finish it for work, so I'll just bite the bullet and stay late tonight.
That's a good approach. Sometimes you just have to face these unpleasant things and do them.
Exactly. No choice. Time to bite the bullet and start typing.
Notice how John said have to for the necessity, and we mentioned the task was boring and not fun to show it was unpleasant.
And then, because it was necessary and difficult, I used bite the bullet to show I would do it with courage.
Now it's your turn, dear listeners. We've given you the two main tools to use Bite the Bullet correctly.
Yes, remember our first tool, showing necessity with have to or must, and the second tool, describing why the task is unpleasant or difficult. Try to combine them.
Think about something you really don't want to do, but you have to. For example, I have to clean the whole house and it's so boring, so I'll just bite the bullet and start.
Exactly. Try to make your own sentence using I have to or I must, plus describing the unpleasantness, plus so I'll just bite the bullet and do it. This helps you practice the full context.
Practicing this way really helps the idiom feel natural in your English. You're connecting the why and the how directly. All right, listeners, you've practiced using our tools. Now let's talk about some common mistakes people make when trying to use Bite the Bullet.
Yes, a big mistake is using it for something that isn't difficult or unpleasant. Remember, it's for tough situations. Don't say, I'll just bite the bullet and eat this delicious cake. Eating cake is usually nice, not a hardship.
Exactly. That's a great point, John. The bullet part means it's something you really don't want to do. So if it's easy or fun, bite the bullet isn't the right idiom. Save it for things like, I have to clean the dirty bathroom, so I'll just bite the bullet.
Another mistake is using it when you do have a choice. This idiom is for when you must do something. If you can simply choose not to do it, then it's not biting the bullet. For example, you wouldn't say, I could go to the park or stay home. I'll just bite the bullet and go to the park. Going to the park is a choice, not a necessity you dislike.
You're right. Bite the bullet really highlights that feeling of no other option, or I have to do this, even though it's hard. So remember our first tool, have to or must for necessity, and our second tool, it needs to be an unpleasant or difficult task.
So to avoid mistakes, always ask yourself, is this task difficult or unpleasant? And do I have to do it, or can I choose not to? If both answers are yes, then bite the bullet fits perfectly.
All right, fantastic work, everyone. You've learned the essence of Bite the Bullet.
Yes, let's quickly recap the 3 key takeaways from today's session. First, remember, bite the bullet is always about necessity. You have to or must do something. There's no other choice.
Exactly. And second, that something must be difficult or unpleasant. If it's easy or fun, it's not biting the bullet. You're facing a challenge, not enjoying a treat.
And our third crucial point, avoid using it when you do have a real choice. Bite the bullet is for situations where you're enduring a tough situation because it's absolutely required.
You've grasped these core ideas, and that means you're well equipped to use this idiom correctly and confidently. Keep an ear out for it in conversations and media.
Now for your quick challenge today. Try to think of one task you have to do this week that you really don't enjoy. Then, mentally or verbally, say to yourself, I have to, insert unpleasant task, so I'll just bite the bullet and do it.
Yes, putting it into practice immediately helps it stick. We have every confidence you'll be using Bite the Bullet like a pro in no time. Thanks for joining us for another valuable lesson.
From all of us at English Speaking School, keep learning, keep practicing, and we'll talk to you next time. Goodbye for now.